Well, I would say, first of all, yes, the authors of the New Testament literature were biased, but so are the authors of virtually all other literature.
Non-believers will say, look, you can't use any of the New Testament documents for evidence because those were written by Christians. Christians are biased. That's circular reasoning. You can't use the Bible documents at all, the New Testament documents at all. How would you respond to that objection?
Well, I would say, first of all, yes, the authors of the New Testament literature were biased, but so are the authors of virtually all other literature. And if we're going to say that we can't consider the New Testament literature because the authors were Christians, well, then I suppose, historically speaking, we're going to have to say that an African-American historian would be disqualified for writing on slavery in the United States because that African-American historian would be biased. The Jewish historian could not write on the Holocaust because that Jewish historian would be biased. And of course, that's nonsense. The African-American and Jewish historians would be probably some of the best to write on it rather than a Caucasian Gentile, because the African-American historian has, some skin in the game for this. So does the Jewish historian. I'd also say, well, it would also disqualify Richard Dawkins for writing on religion, because he says in his book, The God Delusion, he says, if this book works as I intend, religious readers who pick it up will be atheists when they put it down. So not only is he biased, he has an agenda, a clearly stated agenda in writing the book. He's biased. So we can't believe or trust anything he says in there. And of course, that would be just nonsense. If we reject Dawkins' book, it's because his arguments are poor. Even the philosopher of science, the atheist Michael Ruse at Florida State University, said that after reading Dawkins' book, The God Delusion, he says that Dawkins makes him embarrassed to call himself an atheist. So it's because of the arguments that one would reject what Dawkins would say there, not because he's an atheist. If Jesus was who he claimed to be, if he really did rise from the dead, then those who knew him and those who knew him would be the very best to write on the subject.